Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I got my good friends on. We call them Red and Black. If you see them, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They're going to spend a little bit of time talking about a great project they're involved in. They're authors. They're very successful business people. I love what they do, and always delighted. It's been a long time since we had them on, but they always do a great job when they do come on, and look forward to spending time. Ladies, how are you today?
We're good. A little wet, but good. This is Red.
Yeah, hey, Red. Glad to talk to you.
And
by the way, are you both in the Houston area?
I'm living out in Sugarland, and my sister's in Houston.
That's right. But you, and you both came into the studios, I think the last time you chatted with us. By the way, let's real quickly get the website.
The website is redandblackbooks.com.
redandblackbook.com. And it's an awesome book. What's that?
Books, plural.
Books. Yep, redandblackbooks.com. And I love it. It's a great book and encourage people to learn more about it. So, first of all, talk about the book. Kind of give us up to date on what the story is behind that.
This is Black. I'll do the short version. The book was intended to be the basis of a sitcom, and shortly after Neiman Marcus launched it, we detoured into the world of education when the KIPP schools asked us to develop and teach a personal finance and life 101 class based on our book. The kids loved it because it was all emails, instant messages, and conversations. Fast forward, the State Board of Education approved it as a financial literacy textbook. But if those aren't strange enough dots to connect, the book is now being used within the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. So I like to tell people we've gone to prison, but the reality of it is just our book has.
Just your book. And tell us a little bit about the idea of putting it into prisons.
You're going to love this story, Kevin. It all started back when, about 6 a.m. one morning, I refreshed my emails because my sister does her best thinking in the middle of the night, and she tells me we're going to go and present at a Prisoners Family Conference. I hit reply, and all I type is, ha, 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 because we've been speaking to Chambers of Commerce and Women's Group and students, and I just assumed she's like, messing with me. She responds back about an hour later going, I'm not kidding. It's kind of started there, but I'm going to then turn it over to Black on how we really made the detour into the prison world with her trip. I was after we did that speaking engagement in Albuquerque, I was invited to take what I considered a field trip down to Stringfellow Unit, which is in Rocheron, Texas, just south of Houston. Of course, I asked Red, and she thought I was crazy. You don't take field trips to prisons. And while down there, I met the prison chaplain, this amazing woman, Chaplain Watkins, and she asked what I did, and I kind of gave her the brief overview. And she was extremely interested because she said she'd been looking for some kind of personal finance and life 101 program for the men at the facility. So she took it up through the chain of command, and because the Texas Board of Education had already approved the book, it was fairly easy to vet it. And that's kind of how it started. It started with a pilot group of about 50 men. Almost immediately she had a wait list of others that wanted to do it, and it's just pretty much exploded from there.
Very cool. I think it's awesome. And, so kind of the idea going forward, Red, how many prisons are you working now? How many prisons do you want to work?
Right now, the program, and as Black said earlier, it's really the book, not us, and it's going, there's so many, and I'll let Black talk more about this, there's so many units, as they call them, in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice who are either beginning programs, interested in programs. Our feeling is, and it's all being done via the chaplaincy department, and they're doing an amazing job. Our feeling is, because we've seen the impact this has had on the men, it started with a questionnaire. We ended up putting together a video, which, again, Black has the full story on that. And the men, their voices are so powerful in what they're saying, both in the written form and in this video. Our feeling is it's making an impact, and they're making it clear. I mean, they're saying, this is not us talking, And we watched 12 hours of video footage where they're saying not only is it making an impact on their lives, but they're sharing it with their families, their children, their wives, their sisters, their brothers, just amazing. And so our feeling is as many people as we can reach with this program, the better, because it's fascinating. It's kind of like lessons that are being learned on the inside are actually reaching those on the outside, and it's just amazing. I'll let Black talk a little bit more.
Yeah, go right ahead, Black. We only have about a minute or so left.
Well, one of the things is they've just introduced it into a women's facility, and they started out with 100 women, and demand was so great they needed another 50 books almost immediately. Red mentioned a video, and we're doing actually fundraising because there's no money within the TGCJ budget since it's a new program. And you can find out more about that as well as see the video on CrowdRise, the crowdfunding. So if you go to crowdrise.com/red-black-real, like we're real people, real. And you can access the video there as well as more information on the program.
Yeah, and it doesn't take a whole lot to help, does it?
I'm sorry?
It doesn't take a whole lot to help get this message to prisoners, does
it?
Well,
my feeling is if you can give $10 adds up very quickly. It's helping a lot of people, and so we're not looking for, big numbers, because individual $10 add up to big numbers, and everyone can make a small difference that ends up making a huge impact because of the ripple effect.
Very good. Thanks to both of you. Give your website one more time, Red.
Our website is redandblackbooks.com, and then the CrowdRise page is crowdrise.com/red-black-real.
Sounds good. Thank you, ladies. Look forward to talking to you again soon. I am Kevin Price. You're listening to The Price of Business. Best content here, including this interview, will be found over there at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. Stay tuned for more right after this.